A huge success. Sir, the automaton project is complete. Automatons can now be produced at a lower cost and used in medical facilities. We learned to modify the automatons with precision attachments, allowing them to work on the most fragile thing we know of, the human body. It also turns out we can remove some non-essential parts. Well done. Medical automatons. So that just gave us medical automatons. I don't want to employ an automaton in my medical facility. That's what I have engineers for. I gave you a steam core for that. I'm not entirely sure it was worth it. We are actually a little low on steam cores. Our scouts are going to discover the stone ship, though, like now. A distinct spot in Frostland. We can use it as a waypoint for further exploration. There's nothing to do here. But we did discover a supply depot. Hit that shit all day long. Hit that like it's Chris Brown on a date with Rihanna. Let's do it. Also, can we do it? Did we discover a location for you to do anything yet? Nope. We did not. These scouts are still just chilling, huh? Alright. Feel free to slack, I guess. It's fine, just sit around, eat our food. Burrito upgrade is in the faith tree. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, never mind. The workday isn't over yet. As soon as this workday expires, well, one, you guys are getting extended shifts. That's just a thing that's going to happen. So right now they work from 8 to 8, which is 10 hours. We want them to work from 6 to 8. Yeah, let's do that. And you guys also work an extended shift. And you work an extended shift. And also, where's that other workshop? You work an extended shift. Everybody else, you guys are good, but our engineers are going to work like slaves. Is this what I went to MIT for and got an advanced degree in particle physics so that I could work 20 hours a day? Yes, that's actually exactly why you went there. Our steam coal mine has been researched. What does coal mining rationalization do? Coal mines, steam coal mines, and advanced coal mines will be another 10% more efficient. Interesting. What about steam thumpers? Let's do steam thumpers, because steam coal mines, I think, still take a steam core, and the steam thumpers will just be better with no additional, like, investment of resources. This place is pumping out coal at a furious pace, which I can't help but notice that no one is picking the fuck up. There is only one gathering hut out here, I suppose. Well, the workday's up if you're not an engineer, but if you're an engineer, you can go ahead and keep on working. We should probably get one more gathering hut out here. I hate putting it there because it seems like such an inefficient use of the space. But it does need to overlap the coal piles. I suppose we could put it here? I'm not sure that's a more effective use of the space, though. Chili is a soup, and there's a faith building that distributes chili for free. Of course they distribute chili for free. What do you think is going to give people greater hope than getting a free bowl of chili? Which is better for an engineer? Work 20 hours a day researching a new technology, or 20 hours a day shoveling debris? I guess we'd have to ask somebody who works on the Avenger about that. We have tons of food rations. How are we doing on raw food? We're gaining 320 raw food a day. Oh, never mind. We have way too much food, though. We're making standard meals, and our people are eating like kings. Like kings. No wonder hope is so high. There's chili everywhere. Pete, you haven't enacted the soup law. Clearly, there's not chili everywhere. No, you know, chili is a soup, but it's also a meal. Our people are hip with the lingo. They recognize the difference. Also, are you engineers? No, you're not. Engineers continue to work at all times. What's that? Some discontented engineers disgruntled about their literal 24-hour work shift? Fuck them. What are we gonna do when they complain? Send the guards to beat the shit out of them and get them back to work. It's hard to complain when you got an iron-toed boot up your ass. Chili is a stew. Chili is a soup. Specifically, it's the king of soups. Had a baked potato and a bowl of chili for dinner. You know, actually, surprisingly, what you could do with a potato is go ahead and chop that up, like cube it, and chuck it right in a chili. You cube a potato, toss it right in a chili. It's surprisingly good. Chuck a little pasta in there with it, and then you've got some sweet chili mac. Chili's just a jumping off point, Chad. There's so much you can do with it. It's good in and of itself. Like, as an endpoint, chili is still amazing. But you can go beyond the chili, just the base chili, and you'll be amazed at what you can create. A situation where your engineers work like absolute slaves. Scouts have reached a supply depot. What did they find there? Please tell me you found some cores. Found several heavy chests containing valuable supplies while searching through the wreck. It's just food and wood, though. Well, that's it. We now have no scouts anywhere. Like, they can't do shit. I guess come home. You can bring back the wood we don't need and eat some of the food we have too much of. You prefer your chili to be really spicy 5-alarm chili or more normal so it doesn't burn your mouth chili? I'm kind of a middle of the road. I like a medium spicy chili. I don't want it spiceless, but I don't want it hot enough that... I'm not really huge into spicy foods, so I don't want my chili so spicy that I can't tolerate it. I like just when I make a good-sized pot of chili, I usually throw in about a teaspoon of cayenne pepper. So it's a little bit spicy, but not super spicy. Steam Coal Thumper has been researched. Fantastic. What other research? Maybe we go with efficient gathering here so that our people gather the thumper, the coal we're thumping in a thumper. By the way, somebody needs to be working on that. So that we can gather the coal that we're producing out of these thumpers more effectively. Because it seems like we got a lot of coal that's just lying around not getting picked up. That's really all that efficient gathering would get us, though, is just the ability to pick up coal faster. Anything with insulation seems pretty good. Healthcare insulation, our healthcare facilities are all pretty close to the inside, except for the infirmary, I guess, which is far away. Better automatons, though, is super tempting. That just makes them 10% more efficient flat. Oh, you know what? No, Steam Hub efficiency. Done. We got to go that route. It's about to get really cold again, and our coal consumption is going to go through the roof, so having our Steam Hubs work a little more efficiently will save us some coal. Got to upgrade your thumpers. Good. Oh, good call, chat. So we can make you... You take 23 wood, 25 steel. Done, done, done. There's our thumpers upgraded. How come they don't have workers? Oh, because they still need to be built. All right, that's acceptable. What about our steam coal mines, too? We got to do all of it. Again, cold snap's coming, but that's going to put it... We only have one steam core left, chat. We may have to switch our outposts from food over to Tesla City. I'm a little curious what that's going to do to our overall food consumption. There's only one Londoner left in town. It's just one man. The only person who's left that's a confirmed Londoner is the guy whose idea it was. And now he's just standing out in the town square. He's like, no, guys, no, seriously. But London, though, remember? They had the bridge and, like, the crown jewels and royal wedding tomorrow? Don't you want to see the second son of a... You know, get married to... He's marrying an American, guys. London, though. Come on. And everybody's just like, he's foreign right here, mate. Need to go back to London. I don't care what that red-headed brat does. If he wants to marry a Yank, that's fine. Just let him. It's not that remarkable. We're basically the same culture at this point, except the only real difference now is that we realize that panel shows are amazing and the Yanks haven't quite caught on yet. But you know what, lad? They'll catch up. Show them a couple episodes of Will I Lie to You, and I think they'll be on board too. Sweet. It's minus 70, though. So it is cold literally everywhere. Wow. Alright then, so that's real cold. It's not going to be this cold for long. Temperature's going down 3 levels, though, and it's only going to bounce back 2. So it's going to pop back to... It's going to be minus 50. And then we're going to get to here, it's going to be minus 60. Shit pickles. Okay, well, we have to overdrive. We do not have a choice on this one. Our coal consumption is going to plummet for like a day. Or rather, our coal stockpile is going to plummet. We could pass a law. What do we still have on the books? House of Pleasure is still looking... We could treat... What does triaging do? Instantly heals 2/3 of the patients, but 1/4 of patients die instantly. Hey, hold on a second here. Oh, no, never mind. Your math checks out. Okay. I was going to say, if 1/4 of them die instantly and 2/3 are instantly healed, what happens to the guys who are both? But now that I think about it, it's actually... There's like roughly 8% of patients who just are unaffected. This causes hope to fall and discontent to rise. I am not interested in triage then. What does soup do? Other than make delicious chili available for us? It does make hope fall slightly, discontent rises slightly. Eating soup causes discontent. We could also throw sawdust in our food, which just makes people sick. I mean, I really kind of want the hookers, though. What's going to rally our engineers back after 24-hour round-the-clock shifts for a week? A nice trip to the brothel. I feel like that'll perk them right up. Chili is not a stew, Chad. Chili is a soup. It's the king of soups. Foreman is also interesting. Increases the efficiency of a workplace by 40% for 24 hours, and all he costs is... You know what? This has no drawbacks. Give me the foreman. What can we do to increase the efficiency of our engineers who are already working round the clock? Well, I tell you what we can do. We can give them a foreman and give that foreman a cat of nine tails and have him just thoroughly beat them while they work. Maybe this will make things run smoother. Time will tell. Oh, I used to be a factory foreman, Pete. I know all about whipping the workers. Hand me one of them cat of nines, bloke. Let me show you what I can do. So our steam coal mine is up and running. It has an automaton working in it, in theory. Steam coal thumpers are still under the works. Plenty of wood, steel mills. Steel works are still cranking out steel. We're in good shape there. We have no amputees, but we also have no prostheses. Let's put a few on the stockpile, actually. Let's just put like 10, because it's going to get real cold, and we'll probably have some people who suffer the horrors of frostbite. And when their hands and feet fall off, we'll just replace them with new cold-proof metal feet. It's minus 70, though. How are we doing with the overdrive? You know, even in overdrive, it's actually still pretty cold in some places. Like this thumper. You know what? Crank your heater on. Your heater's already on. Your heater's already on. What is this place? A propaganda center? Crank up the heat. You guys are all staffed by automatons, so your heat levels are irrelevant. You're livable, which is fine. These two places are still cold, huh? We got a cold medical post. You know what? Nobody's sick, so it doesn't matter. I'm okay with that. The only people that are going to get sick are the people who are actually working at that medical post. Steam hub efficiency has been researched. That's good. Let's look for some insulation. Maybe we just do hot, like, healthcare insulation. We did discover that these two places are too cold. Let's crank up the heat there a little bit. We got all our upgrades. Yeah, okay, I mean, we're actually, holy crap, our food balance is our coal balance is off the chain, though. We're making 5,000 coal a day suddenly? If we're putting in 5,000 coal a day, we should probably get another resource depot or two. Didn't we have, like, a place that was just a line of resource depots out? You know what? Fuck it. We're just going to build, like, a line of resource depots out here in the cold. And just stuff coal in them. We're actually out of steel. I'll build another one. I can never get the build street thing. I never hit it in one try. I always have to try it twice. Build some streets out here. Once those are complete, we're out of steel. I mean, we're out of steel for like a minute. The automatons will get some. Hey, Damien Kane, welcome to stream, bro. We're back doing a little bit of Frostpunk action. Our coal output is just unbelievable. Healthcare insulation has been researched. Fantastic. What next? What does flying hunter's gear do? Oh, you know what? What does this take? A lot of steel, that's what it takes. Do we have a form of research that takes very little steel? You take 30. You take 20. Hothouse insulation, I don't dislike. A charcoal kiln would give us a way to use some of that wood. We could also just increase the efficiency of our coal mines a little bit. We need generator power upgrade. And we need rank 5. We need automatic prototyping. What's overdrive coupling do? I feel like that's definitely worth 20 steel. We have no research going for the nonce, but as soon as we get to 20 steel, I think we start that one. Discontent has also ticked up a little bit. So I wonder if we can increase the efficiency of these. We can by hiring a foreman. You know what? Do it. Probably we should wait and get that foreman at the beginning of a shift, though. Also, automatons, what are you guys doing out here? Why are you not farming steel? You're supposed to be making 5.3 an hour, and I feel like you guys are falling down on the job a little bit. This one's walking back to recharge, which is acceptable, but I want my steel. It's what's holding us back. Give me the research to overdrive couplings. Now we're out of steel. And I think we'll stop our 24-hour work shift here for our engineers and let them cool their heels a little bit. They're all working till 8 o'clock anyway. Those guys work from 6 until 8. That's actually a ridiculous shift. I work a lot of hours, but that seems absurd even to me. Willing informers. Some workers want to see you. They've dragged an engineer with them, accusing him of disloyalty. He was reading us this, trying to turn us against you. One of the workers shoves a tattered book into your hands. Damn fools, snarls the engineer. It's Dickens. I've been trying to educate them. You will gain 3 informers. The engineer will get hurt. Hope will fall. No, he is fine. I will allow you guys to read Charles Dickens. If he had brought in Stephanie Meyer's Twilight, I might have a problem with it. I'm not gonna lie. But based on the fact that it was Dickens, I'm okay with it. That's coal. You're also coal. And you know what? Let's make one of these wood. You're just lucky it was Charles Dickens, though. Extremely lucky. God help you if that had been, say... Trying to think of you know what? God help you if that had been Victor Hugo. If that had been Victor Hugo, I would have killed him. So our scouts have returned with 219 wood and 34 raw food that we didn't necessarily have a supreme use for. Stress is getting a little high on the old generator, but the cold snap is close to ending. Put heaters in on the new storage. The storage don't need heaters. In fact, you can't even put a heater on there. What if it was Ayn Rand? If it was Ayn Rand, I'd have killed him, Chad. There's no excuse for not Ayn Rand. If it had been like, oh, who is John Galt? I'd have been like, you know who John Galt is? He's the dead man you saw sitting outside the city, frozen in a fucking snowbank. That's who John Galt is. I feel like it's time. I've made the people wait long. Wow, that really kind of fucked Hope up, though, huh? Old voices come back to haunt us. We'll pay for this, mark my words. Another step closer to the old ways we left behind in London. When was prostitution legal in London? I mean, probably around the Jack the Ripper time, now that I think about it. You should have more workers if you need workers. We could build more pubs, too. Actually, wait, no, pubs just lower discontent, and we don't have very much. Then again, though, we could just build more pubs. And have children work in them. I've kind of got to do that, though, right, chat? Like, have an all-child pub? Wait, can children work in a pub? Son of a bitch. Alright, I mean, it's worth a shot. I was hoping we could make, what's the red crescent on the generator? That is its stress level, because we got it into overdrive at the moment, because it's minus 70 degrees Celsius, which, by the way, we actually probably should turn that off. People abandoned the Londoners. There was only the one guy left, though, and he's the guy whose idea it was. He's the only one left. Can't have child not prostitutes. I wanted them serving drinks, not whoring, Chad. Come on. I'm a monster, but I have limits. The children are not gonna be working in the pleasure house. They were just gonna be serving drinks to people who just came out of the pleasure house. Because, you know, a man works up a powerful thirst after a long day of banging hookers. Wasn't putting the kids to work as prostitutes. That's just... Come on, Chad. Give me a little credit. There we go. Temperature's going to pop back up to like a balmy minus 40. Oh, sorry. It's a balmy minus 50. Your job was to make the most evil robot. We're still working on it. And Pete's demonetized in 3, 2... How far will Pete push the limit for children? Hey, don't give me any grief about the children. I only have 6 children employed right now, and I don't even know what they're doing.
Come, lads. We must work harder.
Oh, the only thing we're making children do right now is cook soup. And honestly, I feel like that's good for them. Getting kids into the kitchen. Come on, that's good for kids. It's teaching them useful life skills. Later on, they won't have to do nothing but order DoorDash, because they'll be able to cook for themselves. You know what? The workday just started, right? Get a foreman. Get a foreman. Get a foreman. Where's our other workshop? You already have a foreman. Do any of our workshops not have a foreman? No. Good. That should make these guys research crazy fast for the next day. And all that cost us is a little bit of food, which we already have a super abundance of anyway. We have one person who's probably just got a cold. Hey, factory, you want to crank us out? You know what? Like one more prosthetic is probably enough. Is the overdrive off? Yeah, we shut it down. As soon as it warmed back up, we took that one off the pod. Ordering takeout's a necessary skill for the children of Frostpunk. Really, where are they going to order out to, chat? The American city is in ruins. The Tesla city exploded. They could call Grubhub, but I don't know where they're going to get the food from. We're doing automatic prototyping. It's 100 steel, which sucks. But when this temperature drop is going to happen again, we're going to need that extra heat production. We have to have it. Those are our next 2 researches. And in fact, we may pull an all-night shift. Man, our boys are researching like fucking lunatics, though. That's a 12-hour research, and these guys are cranking it. Those foremans are really paying dividends. I'm glad we invested the food. We're also basically at full food rations anyway. Hope is on the rise? Of course it is. A controversial law? Whoa. We don't want prostitutes. Yeah, you know, you're going to say you don't want prostitutes until about the time you enjoy your first trip to the brothel. Then you're going to change your tune. We don't need it. Oh, we already had it. Never mind. Care house, infirmary, medical post. We got all that stuff covered. Our food supply is, like, super good. Hot houses are covered. We could do another fighting arena. Something to keep the people happy. I mean, most of our houses are actually already covered by a fighting arena, though. Where would we put it? We could I mean, nobody lives over here, so putting one there isn't really a great idea. Could put in another pub, I guess. Alternatively, we could put another guard station. Almost all of our houses are already covered by a guard station, although we could stick one out here. And pick up... You know what? Let's do that. We'll put in one more guard station just to make sure everybody stays in line. Add more steel mills. We can't... Both of our places that are producing steel are actually currently producing steel. There's whatever this is... we can build a coal mine. We can build one more coal mine, but when it comes to steel, we're done. Also, we got to come up with some workers somewhere. We have one idle engineer, but that's the guy who upgraded our automaton, and he's busy scribbling down the secrets of the Sexbot revolution for future generations. He's recording that one for posterity. I feel like that's probably the best use of his time. We need to come up with 5 workers from somewhere. You know what? Here. What is this place? A cookhouse that nobody's doing anything? Alright, kids. That's your job now. And these workers are going to go be guardsmen now. There we go. We got a little bit of burst of hope for that. A priest, a monk, and a rabbi walk into a Frostpunk pub. Which one of them has lost a limb to frostbite, though? Automatic prototyping research. We can now research tier 5 technologies. Beautiful. We're going generator power upgrade, though. Like, immediately. I want that done before it gets cold again. Area effects. Yes, I know how those work, thanks. It's 6 hours until the one guy leaves the city. The first rule of robots, don't stick your dick in it. I gotta agree with Chad on this one, Command Post. I think you're on the wrong side of history. I'm pretty sure that so far, all of humanity's efforts toward technological advance and progress have been the result of one of 2 desires. Desire number 1, kill other human beings. Desire number 2, fuck a robot. And the nice thing is once desire number 2 becomes popular, the desire for desire number 1 is going to go way down. Because if your choices are go out and commit some murders or stay at home and fuck your Sexbot, you're probably just going to stay at home with the Sexbot. You guys have seen Westworld, right? Why did everybody go to Westworld? They just wanted to hump a robot, that's all. Possibly shoot some robots, but mostly the humping. Where do cars fit on that spectrum? People are already humping cars, though, Chad. In fact, wasn't there a court case in the UK? I won't say recently, I think it's been a while now, but where one guy was, like, sued another man because that guy was fucking his car. Like, he sued him for alienation of affection or something because that guy's like, no, this man's car humping has caused me to not be able to hump my car at quite a furious pace, and I'm sort of upset. Reason prevails in the end. We are together again. No more division. We are one society. If they'd left, they would have died. But we all stay together, except for the one crazy asshole, though. Forgot about that guy. There is the one crazy asshole. Get it on with that tailpipe, if you know what I mean. You should probably not put your penis in a tailpipe, though, because it's going to burn it really savagely. Tailpipes get real hot. The Londoners. We won't be divided. The Londoners have been brought back into the fold. Nobody wants to leave the city anymore. We've won a hard-fought victory over those who tried to tear us apart. The tragedy of Winterhome crushed our hope. Fear led some people to pursue mad schemes. We couldn't let them die in the frozen wasteland. What we did was necessary to keep all of us together. Together, we were stronger. Hope is through the roof, though, chat. The roof is all hope.